myself. I am Siddharthi Chavan, pursuing bachelor's degree in food technology from Sharat Chandriji Pawar College of Food Technology. And now I would like to request my colleague Miss Namita Khedekar to continue with further proceeding. Thank you.
Hello, Namita, start.
Hello.
Hmm.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes, Namita. Yes, continue.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Outlook and Scope in Food and Beverage Industry session. Today, we are gathered here to have a very good webinar by Ms. Amandeep Aulak ma'am. She has done her MSc Microbiology from Punjab Agriculture University in 1955. Currently, she is working with Hindustan Coca-Cola Beverages Private Limited as a QA manager. Her achievements are in food and beverage industries, majorly in core fields like continuous improvement, implementation of quality management system, plant operations. Also, she has demonstrated leadership skills by playing major role in team building, skill development programs, and motivated employees by accelerating employee strength. Also, she has underwent series of training in microbiology and relevant fields. So, hereupon I welcome Ms. Amandeep Aulak ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Hello.
Thank you. Thanks, Namita. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am,
Hello,
you're
am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Am I audible now? Good morning
Yes, yes,
to
ma'am.
all the students. Good morning, everyone, to all the students and all the faculty members, all the senior in different degrees in the college in food technology. It's a real pleasure for me. It's an honor for me to present and speak food technology as a subject in food and beverage industry. So, as the host has already, given my introduction, I'm Amandeep Aulak, and I'm from PAU, Punjab Agriculture University. I So I passed out in 1995, not 55, right? It's 1995. I passed out. I did MSc in microbiology. So I'm not a food technologist, first of all, but in the last all right. So I'm basically a microbiologist, but I have pursued my degree and in the field of food industry. Hence, I think this gives me an opportunity to give you the perspective not only about food technology, about any subject which is related to food. Now, as we all know that food industry is fast growing around the world in India. And why do we say that? Because the world population is increasing, and it is expected to increase, and also the dimensions and the diversity that we are looking in this industry related to food is also increasing. If we talk about the various dimensions that the food industry is currently into, the various challenges the food industry is facing as of now, the world definitely needs food technologists, right? So to give you a brief about why we are talking about the growing food industry in the world, that food retailing and production, they are changing around the world. So every day the scenario is changing, right? From how food is designed, where it is grown, and how it is consumed, who it is consuming. The food industry will soon look into nothing more than what it was, 50 years back, how it has grown from last 50 years, it will grow at that fast pace in the next 10 years, right? At the same time, I would say we are facing a lot of challenges in terms of new diseases which are coming with respect to the ever emerging new technologies. People are traveling around the globe. So that's why food technologists are really required in times today, right? So I'm here to talk about the future career aspects of food technology. So there are, first of all, let me tell you a very, very positive idea that you guys have plethora of opportunities. You have lot of opportunities, not only in food industry, you have anything which is related to food, right? Now, I think we start with hotels. So hotels need food technologists, microbiologists, right? Then we have the food processing industries. Let me give you an example. In Unilever, then you have Nestle India, you have chocolate industry, you have dairy industry, you have spices industry. There are plethora of opportunities, right? It is how and where you want to step into, right? There are diagnostic centers where the food technologists are required. There are food laboratories in India, especially. We have where the food technologists are definitely required. Hence, the opportunities are immense. I mean, you just have to step into it once and you will be there, right? So if you talk about the various institutes, right, various organizations that deal with the certification systems, right? We have so many certifications which are ongoing, which are required by the food industry as of now. That is ISO standards, food safety standards. There are organizations that deal with, giving trainings to the industry. That is the FOSTAC trainings. You have food safety training and certification courses. Then there are ISO trainings, right? Lead auditor trainings that are conducted by these agencies. So there are a lot of opportunities in that field also in the auditing agencies, right? So yeah, so that is what is from my side. I mean, if we talk about, okay, if you want to understand in detail in food processing and food and beverage industry, so I can talk about the beverage industry, right? The consumer demands are ever changing. They are changing daily, right? So hence, as you would have seen, a lot of beverage industries are coming up in India. There are big companies, there are small players, in the industry. So right from dealing with water, processing the treatment of water till the final product is made, there are lots and lots of tests that we conduct. So that is why the in-depth understanding of food technology food, mainly water, is very, very important in any beverage industry. And after water treatment, it comes the mixing of ingredients. Hence comes the various challenges, various risks which are involved with the food as such. That's why the systems come into picture, wherein the food technologists who have a fair idea about ISO standards, the various standards which are laid by the company itself, by the government agencies, and by the food governing agency in India, which is the FSSAI, right? Food Safety Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, which lays down all the standards related to the food packaging, food manufacturing, food labeling. There are various standards, there are various legal requirements which need to be adhered to. So hence the ingredients, I'm talking about the raw materials which are procured from suppliers. Now, if we talk about suppliers for any food and beverage industry, they have to have the Food Safety Standards Authority of India label what do you call, the license. So hence food technologists are required there also. Then you come on to the fixed, the final products which are being packed and sent for marketing. So warehousing comes into play. So there are various aspects of the food beverage industry where at each and every step the the quality professionals or the food technologists are required to play an important role. They play an important role in certifying that the product meets its standards as required by the legal metrology, right? So I would want this session to be more interactive, because I can otherwise go on talking for hours, but I think if you all have any queries, any questions, if you are looking at a particular career in some field, then I think I would answer your queries, in a better way than only one-sided, lecture. I would not like to have. But yes, so if any one of you, please could you unmute and ask questions related to any field related to food processing industry and food and beverage industry in India or abroad. Yeah. So I think it's Namita, is that okay if I have a interactive session?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because
Sure.
yeah.
Yes.
So anybody wants to ask any career related questions? What are the opportunities that you are looking for outside of this, after once you step out of the college? I know a lot of questions you have in your mind when you graduate or you post-graduate. Let me tell you, you guys are really developing your skills in food technology courses, as I read about the various subjects that you are being offered. For example, you have food microbiology is one, which is very important. I have done food microbiology, industrial microbiology. My major subject was, the food microbiology, food biochemistry. Right? So you have one of the subjects as food microbiology, then you have the various processing technologies, fruits and vegetables technology. Then you also, I think, read about statistical stats and statistical process control. What is CP? What is CPK? Capability index. I mean, you are gathering so much of knowledge. Now, once you graduate, you have plenty of opportunities to showcase your potential, right? And we would definitely like to guide you. You can always, look upon us, take our guidance, because in our times, I don't think we had this kind of opportunity. When I graduated, when I did my post-graduation, I was never knowing, where I'm heading to. I just took microbiology because I wanted to be a doctor, but if I could not be a doctor, I thought, let me get into a medically related science. But I never knew that was a very good choice that I made, because as of in the last 20 years and as of today, if we see, the food industry is down. So you have ample opportunities. You have, as I have already told you all. So now if you want to ask, what we exactly do in a beverage plant, I am from the Coca-Cola company. It's a great company to work for. You have PepsiCo, right? You have the Hector Beverages. Then you have the wineries, wine-making companies. You have beer manufacturers. You have distilleries, right? So you have a lot of scope. I'm being very honest, you have a lot of scope, very bright future. You have to just grab the right opportunity, right? So please ask questions if you have. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. There is one question from our senior, from Mr. Siddharaj Patil, sir. So he wants to know, to what extent has beverage industry suffered because of COVID-19, and what should be the ideal plan for beverage industries in this scenario to rise up from the setback of COVID-19?
Okay, yes, the beverage industry has suffered, has got a setback, definitely, because of COVID-19, as other industries have also suffered. But yes, having said that, I would say still the industry is coming back on its space. The beverage industry got, especially the, company like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and the beverage industry has suffered because COVID came in at a time when it was the peak season. The peak summers were, hitting, getting into our country, and those months are the only months when we have the industry has full-fledged production. So we have, I think, beverage industry has suffered a lot, huge losses. But having said that, at the same time, it is recovering, because probably the government also understood, that uh, to support the industries, they also, released certain legal and regulatory requirements for the industries, because the industry approached the government that what is the way forward, knowing that COVID is not here to go, it's here to stay, and we have to follow the new normal. So in the month of, I think, May or June, slowly and slowly the industry was coming back on track, following, the COVID protocols. However, there were a lot of cost cuttings. The industry professionals, they proposed a lot of new projects, a lot of cost cutting schemes, and projects were, brought into picture. There were a lot of cost cutting in terms of, any new equipment installations, new lines. The company, every industry has new ideas, new lines to put up, but probably they have just held up their plans and waiting for the things to get normalized. So in future, I think, as your senior has asked, I think in future also the companies have adopted that model of looking into, I mean, aggressively focusing more on the cost saving projects, new ideas, innovative ideas. I think I would say that COVID, the positive thing about COVID-19 was that probably people have started more, brainstorming sessions. The online reviews were happening. There were no travel costs which were incurred by the various experts or the auditors. They were virtual audits, so that's how the companies had saved a lot of cost. So I think in future, I think to sustain in this new normal, I think this is the model which every industry is going to adopt, having more of virtual meetings where people will travel. People have been asked to work from home permanently. There have been little optimization of manpower costs also in terms of casual labors. Where we are trying to find out more, investing onto more automation projects. So I think that is how the industry will sustain itself going forward, and it will take some time for the things to get normalized for food and beverage industry. Yeah. I hope I answered that question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Next question is from Akshada Bhosle. She wants to know what are pre-requirements for job in quality department. Means which process to be followed for working in quality control department.
Okay. So, quality assurance. First of all, we need to know what is the difference between quality control and quality assurance, right? So we are talking about quality assurance. Now, every industry is following quality assurance. Control is just controlling, but assurance is like you are already following various
Hello.
product being delivered in markets, right? So as a fresher, once you're out of college, I think the minimum criteria of getting into a food and beverage industry is, first of all, your degree.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Namita, wait 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Hello everyone. Actually, ma'am is facing the technical issues due to heavy rains, so she will be connecting with us within next 2 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience. Hello? Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, I have not thought about the type sizes.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Yes. Sorry,
Yes.
I have come back now, but I had a major outage here.
Yes. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. So please carry on with your questions. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, everyone. There was a power cut and nothing was working here. Yeah.
Ma'am, there is one question from where we can perceive the further education, like which are the foreign universities for it?
Okay. So I think as far for only foreign, you are talking about only foreign universities.
Yes, only foreign universities.
I think as far as US or Canada is concerned, I'm aware about certain universities which are very good for pursuing courses, especially in the field of microbiology, biochemistry, biotechnology, food processing technology. Like you have New York Institute of Technology. It offers various courses on clinical nutrition, food technology. There is which university? This is Georgia Tech. See, best university is Georgia Tech. It is very difficult to get into that university, but it's very good, really good. If you pursue your degree from there, you could be just handpicked by any of the major food industries, right? Then you have I'm not able to remember right now, but if you Google it, I think sky is the limit in terms of courses in London, where you can pursue your. I think now Vienna also is offering certain have a minimum course fee if you are looking for. I think Vienna also offers very good courses. But I think, to be honest, I would suggest nothing better than our country. I'm being very honest about it. I think our country is superb. Like I have done my postgrad from Punjab. I mean, as on today, there are almost 100 people, more than maybe 100 people who are working in the US or Canada. We used to have lectures, we used to get people from abroad to give lectures for us. They were people who were doing their projects, thesis, post. See this CFTRI Mysore, the best of all, right? So I personally
Hello.
am I audible? Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is what is my I'm to with all due respect to everyone's thoughts about US or university or any foreign universities. I think India provides the best. This is my view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, the next question
Hello.
is like,
Sorry.
is most
Hello?
of them they say like when you do your career in water treatment or when you do your career in beverages, it is difficult to get into the, suppose for example, if you're doing your career in water treatment or beverages. Hello ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah. I didn't get your question. If you're doing your career
Hello?
in water treatment? Yeah. Namita, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes ma'am, am
Yeah.
I audible?
Yeah. Yeah, please tell me.
Hello?
Yeah. Namita, I can hear you. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
मैडम
Hello? Am I audible? आप सुन
यस
सकते हैं
मैम, यू
मुझे?
आर ऑडिबल। हाँ
हाँ,
मैडम,
ठीक है।
बोलिए।
ओके। प्लीज आस्क। या आप कुछ पूछ रहे थे नमिता?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
What about internship and work? What are the procedures to be followed to get an internship in the food industry based on quality assurance and food safety in popular industry in India as well as abroad?
So there are a lot of opportunities which most of the food and beverage industries they give to the students who are pursuing food technology, who are in their second year or fourth year of their degree. Definitely, you can approach these companies directly. You can get in touch with their HR, and I think the internship is for about 6 months, or some companies also give for 1 year. Eligibility criteria is the same. You have to have a graduate degree or graduate, or you would have done your medical in till 12th, till your higher secondary, and you should have just basic knowledge of computers or your communication skills. Nothing major criteria. It's about your subjects, right? You could be a microbiologist, you could be doing a microbiology, you could be doing analytical chemistry, because as I said earlier, also in beverage industry, water is main ingredient, and a lot of tests are conducted, a lot of there are processes which need to be followed, and there are processes through which water is treated. So there we need chemical engineering, or chemists as such. So it's nothing like that. It is through references also. Sometimes the companies offer internship. Yeah. Also, I would like to update all the participants here. One very important thing which I may not have mentioned earlier, and nobody would have told you about this. The Food Safety Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, offers various internship courses, internship projects. Second is they offer fellowships, right? They offer fellowships. They conduct tests. I think if you have to get into FSSAI, nothing like it. You have to undergo one test, written test, an interview, and you can get into FSSAI. And FSSAI is, it has really grown as an organization in the last 10 years, as I have seen, because they are the governing organization for all the laws and the regulations which are there in our country. And if you get the chance, please apply, please go to their website, please visit the website. You will get a lot of information from there. Secondly, this is over and above. I am talking about I'll take up your questions also, but I would like to update you that FOSTAC, FOSTAC, Food Safety Training and Certification. This course, this training has become mandatory for all the food industries in India. And it is a regulation which was made by FSSAI, a mandate by FSSAI, that every food industry, all the food handlers, people who are directly handling the food, they have to have this training and certification. For every 30 people, one supervisor has to be there. So every food industry will have, say, 10, 15 supervisors who are FOSTAC trained. Right? So now, how the FOSTAC happens? It is done through trainings. How does training? People who are trained by FSSAI. Now, who can be a food safety trainer? A person who's a food technologist. So that means you guys have another opportunity to become a FOSTAC trainer. While you are doing FOSTAC trainings, you can also do lead auditor courses, food safety lead auditor course. You can do ISO 9001 lead auditor course, right? So there are various courses. Now, I also want to, there was no electricity. I was just thinking about another aspect of the beverage industry. That is, see, if the food industry is increasing, that means the waste generation is also increasing, right? Nobody would have thought about this aspect of beverage industry. Yes, so we have, every food industry will have a effluent treatment plant because a lot of waste is generated. Now, food technologists are also required, or chemists or microbiologists, right? So this is another aspect. Every food industry needs, so it's a circle now, which we are forming. First is the suppliers who are supplying the food ingredients, the raw materials to the food industry. They also need food technologists. Then comes the main food processing industry, right? Food and beverage industry. Then the waste which is being generated has to be treated and then, released to the environment. So that's how we have the wastewater technologies, right? So you have an opportunity there also. Am I clear? Am I understood?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. So, any other questions related to, what we do in a beverage industry or, okay, you have dairy industry, right? So dairy is another big industry, very big. The cheese processing industry, especially, I would say, so basically, I just want to highlight or, highlight here for you guys that you have a lot of opportunities abroad also, because abroad in all countries, there are so many food industries, so many food processing units. You have jams, you have pickles, you have cheese, you have then this cold cuts, the poultry, meat, those industries. Then you have the dry snacks, you have Haldirams in India. So many things, so many industries that we have. You then also another aspect is the packaging industry. As food industry is growing, food is increasing, hence the packaging also has to be the important aspect of this technology, right? So packaging over the years, over the last 10 years, I think packaging industry has really boomed, right? So that also involves, because why packaging? It is the packaging has to be compatible with the food. That's why food technologists are required there, right? So that's another aspect of the industry. What else? Right? Yeah.
Ma'am, there is one question from Rathod. He wants to know how to be a auditor.
Okay. So first of all, I think the minimum requirement is to be a graduate, right? And have auditor means now the food safety auditor. There can be two, like food safety auditor, internal auditor. Okay, I'll come to another aspect of the food industry. So auditor minimum requirement is graduation, BTech food tech or MTech food tech also. I think you should have a minimum experience of say 7 to 8 years in a food industry, because unless and until, now what does auditing mean? Auditing means to inspect, right? So unless and until you have the knowledge of all the basic processes in an industry, how will you identify the gaps, right? So first of all, you should have that basic, your base has to be very strong as an auditor. You have to have that eye for detail, an eagle's eye, right? Like I'm an auditor, I'm a food safety auditor. So I think you should have experience. The basic requirement is your degree and the experience. I think the two main things. And then you should be also trained by certain agency, like DNV or SGS, and there is one organization which that agency should be certified. They should be certified for providing the training. Now here I just want to add one more thing. Can you all please go on mute so that others can listen carefully?
Yes.
Yeah, just one more thing I would like to add, Namita and all the participants here. There is a company called CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, right? Another opportunity for you guys. CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, has about 85 offices in India and also around 12 offices abroad. This is an industry-led organization, right? Now, food safety and quality, that is food processing basically, is one very important department in this company, right? I have worked there for 1 year. That's why I can, speak about it. So they have this department which deals. Now, what does CII do? You have an opportunity there. You have a scope to work there as a food safety counselor, as a analytical advisor, right? Okay, how? Because all the major food industries in India are in some way or the other associated with CII, right? Because they are basically a middleman between the government and the industries. What happens? The government, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries in India, right? Am I audible, guys? So the Ministry of Food Processing and Agriculture in India, they would give some, new projects or give some requirements of setting up new food parks in our country. So many aids they are giving, and also some compliances that need to be, along with FSSAI, they enforce those, requirements and the laws and the legal regulations and all. So CII, through its channel partners, they are responsible for, implementing those actions, right? So CII hires food technologists, definitely. So one aspect is in terms of industry, and the other major industry that deals with CII and other company, the government agency, that is the government department, Ministry of Food Processing and Agriculture, is the pharmaceuticals, right? The pharmaceutical company, the nutraceuticals companies, right? So I forgot to tell you about nutraceuticals. Now, what are nutraceuticals? Like health supplements. So that's another industry which is really coming up in India. Pharmaceuticals is definitely there, but nutraceuticals also, like you have this people who consume, whey protein. You would have heard about whey proteins, right? Health supplements like Amway, then you have Herbalife. These are nutraceuticals companies. So they're also food technologists are required. Okay. So CII has definitely, they do publish in newspapers or through references that they keep posting, the requirements, the job opportunities for research fellows, for food safety counselors, right? They also CII also conducts the audits. They have one award, that is Food Safety Award. So CII has about, as on date, 400 auditors, food safety auditors, right? So they go to various companies in India, food industries, and they audit. This audit is extensive for 5 days, and they nominate and they finally choose the winner of. So they have various types of awards for the best industry in India, right? So I just wanted to give you that aspect also, because I have been closely associated. I'm still associated with CII because I have myself audited Nestle, then PepsiCo plant. Then I went to a nutraceutical company that is Tirupati Wellness, if you would have heard. Then I have audited a lab also. What's the name? It's Alcon Pharmaceuticals Lab in Delhi. You have a lot of scope in food sample testing laboratories in India. There are various, testing labs where you could be employed. Yeah, Namita?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. The next question we are having from Archana Gole is doing external graduation.
Hello, Namita, you're not audible.
Have any scope for career growth doing external post-graduation?
Sorry,
Ma'am, am I audible?
I could not. Ma'am,
Hello?
doing external post-graduation.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, the question is, doing external post-graduation have any scope for career growth?
Yes, why not? Definitely. Definitely. Why not? The similar scope. You do your postgrad from abroad, no problem in that. In fact, it'll be good for you. No
Okay.
problem. For me, as a person, I was saying that I would, suggest that you all do from India. But if you get the opportunity to do it from a foreign university, it's a feather in your cap. Very good. Because I would say that you would gather experience from their food processing technologies also, right? Their challenges will be different. Their risks and their risks, food related risks will be different. And maybe probably their allergens, there are allergies which are related to certain foods. Their risks related to allergens will be different. And so you can come back to India and implement those here, identify those risks here. So all the more good for you. Yeah. Lot of growth, lot of opportunities for you. Yeah, Archana? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Next question.
How to become food safety officer? Is GATE examination compulsory for that or any other exam? Right? So this is by
Yes.
Akshada Bhosle. Food safety officer, you have to, as I said, now food safety officer is nominated or recruited by the FSSAI, I think. Yeah, FSSAI. And FSSAI, I think they need, when they publish the requirements, you should be a graduate. I'm not very sure, but I think you should. Minimum qualification is a graduate and some experience. And GATE, I don't think it is important. No, it's their own exam. As I said, that they have their own examinations. GATE examination is not necessary for that. I think FSSAI website, if you go to the website, they would have given, that they themselves conduct certain examinations for being a food safety officer.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, these all are the questions.
Can we get well growth only by completing bachelor, or it's, yeah, one question is there from Rathor, that can we get, so he's asking whether a BTech is fine, or they should go for MTech, right, masters. See, if you get the opportunity, nothing like going for a master's degree, right? Because then you are specializing. I think the best option would be to first be a graduate, do your internship for minimum year of minimum tenure of say 1 year or maximum 2 years, gather some experience so that you would know which area interests you the most, whether it's a dairy industry, or it's a beverage, or it's purely food, or it's confectionery or bakery. Bakery industry is another good field, right? Then you have certain preservatives, or cold storages, cold chain, or you want to go into teaching. So it basically depends on your mindset, what you are looking for. I would suggest go for master.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. The next question is opportunities in beverage industry for freshers.
Opportunity. Yes, there's one question Maithili has written. There's one question for Maithili. Which department technology has the highest scope? No, I think all departments are good. All are good. Packaging or microbiology, all departments. Yeah. Right. Then opportunities in beverage industries
Okay.
for freshers. Which are institutions in India for providing specialization? I think this I've answered earlier, right? There are a lot of universities in India as
Yes.
yeah. So next question by Pravina is, only food technology can get job in food industry, or even food science and nutrition and dietetics get a job in food industry. I think food to rate, I think first food technology and food science and nutrition both are at par. You can get, but food nutrition and nutrition dietetics also it's yes, little lesser eligible, but I would not say it has it is not one of the eligibility criteria. It can be included. All depends on what the employer is looking for. It all depends. But I think food technology as such has a better scope. Wine industry. Yes, that's what I said. Distilleries or wineries. You have a lot of winery industries, distilleries in India, and especially in the down south. Similar kind of eligibility criteria is holds good for that industry also. Yeah, and there is any scope diploma student to get a job in BEF? Diploma students. It depends how much experience you have. Yes, if you start from I would not say no scope, but first you do your internship, right? For 6 months, 1 year, gather some experience, right? You will take some time to reach to a certain level, but then yes, you can get. It's not that you don't get a job, but then you definitely get a job as a intern or as a chemist. Yes, but I think it's always better to go for a complete 3-year or a 4-year course, right? Is it worth to take
Yes, ma'am.
masters by IGNOU? Masters in food tech. If it's an online, it's a distance learning, no, I would not suggest. It is always better to be in a university. A full-time course is always good because you have practicals, you have so many other aspects. You have industry visits. They offer so many opportunities as such. So it's always better to go for a full-time course in food technology. Is general biochemistry? General biochemistry, I won't say so much. It won't have so much scope as if we are comparing with food technology, food science and nutrition. No, it not scope. Like general biochemistry would hold good for a pharmaceutical, more to do with pharmaceutical or nutraceuticals companies, right? Which distinct courses we must prefer for master's degree? It could be food microbiology. It could be packaging, right? Packaging. Then you have food, especially plant. If you are looking at the beverage or food industry, the beverage industry, the plant design, the fundamentals of basically plant layout, what are the food contact materials, something to do. Those courses will be of more relevance, I think. Thank you. Yeah, I just one more question, Namita. I think we are on time or we are going out of time?
No, yes, we have a time.
Okay. I have completed my post-graduation in food science technology from Khalsa. Okay, Khalsa College, Amritsar. I'm working as assistant professor. Very nice. I want to start my career from here. Very good. So first of all, you have done food science and postgraduate food science and technology. Yes, you can always, Amritsar has some food industries. Like I think there is one bottler, one of the bottlers is there. There are some, you can spread a word with your friends if you have. Definitely, you can write in your CV that you have been an assistant professor and you would like to, take up a career in beverage industry. You can definitely look for a career in that. Yes, why not? Why not? Because see, again, experience matters, definitely. See, if you are a teacher, you are taking lectures, you yourself are a master over on your subject. So yes, why not? You can always give a start to your career from from you want to change from lecturership to the industry. It'll takes time. See, I think it takes time for everyone to settle down anywhere. So, but you should give it a try. Yes, all the best. Which entrance should be given by BTech student after completing graduation for better opportunities in food industries? No, there is, see, if you want, again, it depends, which stream, which line or which industry or I would say the aspect of this industry you want to go into. If you want to go into teaching, I think you'll have to appear for the NET or the GATE examination if you are looking at pursuing a career in teaching, right? But for any industry, there is no requirement for you to take up any exam. But if you are looking for going into, any government in the government jobs, I think you have to sit for some kind of an exam, which I'm not very sure of as of now. But I think it's I'm not very sure about it. I'll come back to you on this. Yeah. Now there's a question by Siddharaj Patil. Ozone gas is used in package industry, but if concentration of ozone gas is increased, what will be the effect of more? Yes. Yes. So, yes, see, there is a limit. It's used in packaging industry. It's used in making packaged also. There is some level which we have to maintain. Above that limit, it is injurious to health. Definitely. Yes. As ozone gas, it's a gas, and it can have any adverse effect on human health. But ozone is it's a neutral gas. So, but there has to be certain limit as per the BIS norms, Bureau of Indian Standards. If you see, it is 0.2 to 0.4 ppm, right? So above that, we have interlocks in our system where if the concentration goes high, automatically the production stops, right? So there are alarms that we have set. So yes. Are there any food related courses after general biochemistry? Yes, general biochemistry means BTech in general biochemistry you are talking about. Then yes, you can always do your MTech in any of the food related courses. Okay, one more question is Tanseem Gufrana. Ma'am, I'm a third year undergraduate in BTech biotechnology and want to do my MTech in food technology. Will I face any problem during my admission because I don't have subject related to food in my curriculum? You have BTech biotechnology. I don't think you will face any, but it depends on, it varies from university to university. I don't think you will face any problem because for going into food technology masters, I think, but then biotechnology is one of your subjects, right? In BTech? BTech Food Tech? In BTech Food Tech, Biotechnology is one of the subjects.
Ma'am, actually, the thing is that I have chosen the universities I want to pursue my MTech in, and in the admission, the brochure, I have seen that they don't take any BTech biotechnology students, ma'am. So I have a doubt regarding that, because there it's written that in the departments for the admission process, it's only for like BTech in food technology or other food related subjects.
Yeah,
So there's a doubt I
I
have
think
regarding the admission process, because I am very much enthusiastic regarding the
food.
to do MTech in food technology, ma'am.
So why don't you try some other universities?
Ma'am, because those are the like the central universities in India, ma'am. Like the best ones I get under MOFPI. So, and IITs are good actually, but I want to do my MTech in such a university which is only related to food, ma'am, because like the scope will be greater then. That's
Scope
why.
will be greater.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think you need to just talk to these professors once. You
Ma'am,
get
or
in
can
touch
you,
with their.
ma'am, like one of my faculties in my university told me to do my projects like in food related subjects, so that
Yes.
that will be good, I guess, in the admission process, because they definitely gonna ask me that why have you chosen food technology as your MTech subject in spite of doing BTech biotechnology, because there are other scopes in biotechnology like genetic or molecular biology, etc., etc. So, ma'am,
So I want to ask you, in your BTech biotechnology, was it a general biotechnology or it was food biotechnology?
no, no, it's a general biotechnology. I'm a core biotechnologist right now.
I think they should be. You should be eligible. It's my feeling that there should be no problem, or you can maximum. What you can do is you can do internship in one of the food industries for a few months, work on a project, deliver good results, right? Maybe 6 months internship or 1 year internship. Try to find certain companies who offer internships. Prepare a good case of your CV should reflect that you have worked in food, and hence you are applying for food biotechnology or food technology, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. We'll
Yeah.
check one last question.
Can you brief?
Hello.
Can you give a
Yeah.
brief?
Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
give a brief detail about food inspection?
So this is food inspectors or the food safety officers, food inspectors, right? Hello. Yeah. I think these are examinations conducted by FSSAI or MOF. You can get the details from their side. I'm so sorry. As of now, I don't have the details, but definitely it will be related to your core subjects. That is food processing, food, the various methods, various technologies that are prevalent in the food industry as of now, and the basics of food microbiology, basics of food chemistry, right? So I think those aspects would be covered in those exams. But for more details, I think just visit the FSSCI website or search on Google, because I'm sorry, as of now, I don't remember, but this is what I exactly remember. Just a little bit of it. Yeah. Sakshi, does that help? Yeah, Namita?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, Sakshi. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your valuable information, and sorry for the inconvenience caused.
No, not at all. Absolutely. I'm feeling bad because I could have spent more time, at least I think 10-15 minutes went by, and I was able to be in touch with you all. But I think before I end this session, I would just like to, say a few words and also wish you all a very, very best, the very best in life. I think we as food professionals, we are food professionals, and food industry is buzzing. It's going to be very elaborate in the coming years, because consumer is becoming very aware. Consumer taste is changing every day. Various food scientists, they are developing new technologies, so we are here to embrace all those opportunities. The sky is the limit for you all. Please do not give up at any point of time. Do your best, put in the best efforts, do hard work, right? Keep your basics very clear. Be it any industry, whether it's water treatment, whether it's distilleries, whether it's pharmaceuticals, keep your base very clear, right? Because knowledge, at the end of the day, knowledge matters, right? So I wish you all the very best for a bright future. And please, you can call me or email me any queries and any further queries you have.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Thank you. Now I would request Ms. Siddharthi, our co-anchor, to give a vote of thanks. Ms. Siddharthi.
Yeah. Thank you, Namita. Finally, I would like to take the opportunity to place on record our heartily thanks to Ms. Amandeep Aukle, ma'am, for enlightening us with knowledge guidance that she has extended to all of us throughout the entire session. And I would also also extend my thanks to Ms. Namita Khedekar for her enormous cooperation in hosting of the session. And thanking all, I'm the anchor, Ms. Siddharthi Chavan. And also, I would request you all to join the next session of webinar on aseptic processing and packaging. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.